Hey guys, in today's video I'll be talking about another thing that is important going into this year's hurricane season, something that I just became aware of today. In fact, I wanted to bring this up to you guys in this video for today's YouTube video that I'll give to you guys because next month is May. And if any of you watching this have at all noticed anything in particular about the past 6 years of the Atlantic hurricane season, five to 6 years or so, we've always had preseason systems forming mostly in May, one in April, one in January. 2016 we had Hurricane Alex in January. That was very freak. That was insane. 2017 we had Tropical Storm Arlene in 2017 in April. And then 2018, 19, 2020, we had all those preseason named storms within the string of very active hurricane seasons form in May. So next month, according to the CFS model, this is the weekly run of it, this is showing the North Atlantic and the precipitation moving forward week by week, week 1 through week 6. And as we move this forward, this is pretty close in range here, and you can see that generally we're going to have above average precipitation in the North Atlantic from Puerto Rico, the Northern Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, both the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, up through the central North Atlantic into towards the northeastern Atlantic around the Azores and up and towards off of northern Europe. Now, we move this forward to between April 26th and May 3rd. And you can see here's some more above average precipitation there still occurring in the Eastern Caribbean around the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands. Now as we move forward further into May, between May 3rd and May 10th, you can see there's still a lot of above average precipitation here. This still kind of continues, in fact, between May 10th and May 17th, and that's the last run of it. But you can see, once we get towards the end of April and into early to mid-May, there's some certain spots that we may want to look towards, particularly in the Eastern Caribbean, around the Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Hispaniola, where potentially we could be seeing some tropical activity occur. Of course, this video, in fact, honestly, I will just make this disclaimer right now. This is very much a entertainment video. This isn't exactly supposed to be taken seriously whatsoever at this point. I just wanted to, again, point this out to you guys as we get closer to around that time, as we've consecutively seen over the past many years of when typically tropical cyclones we've seen start forming, and hence have the hurricane season begin early. So again, potentially, now this isn't set in stone in any certain way whatsoever, but potentially next month, May 2021, we could see some tropical cyclones form because of this above average precipitation, especially here in the Eastern Caribbean around the Leeward Islands, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands. Now, if you are still whatsoever disbelieving me, not believing me, let's quickly change to the GFS model, and let me just look up here current SSTs in North Atlantic. Let me see if I can find this. No. Here. Let's see, what does this give? Here. This is valid for Sunday, for yesterday, April 4th. Today's April 5th, so this is pretty much current. Look at these sea surface temperatures across the Gulf, all of the Caribbean, the subtropics region off of the east coast of Florida, the Bahamas, north of Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, but as well south of those areas in all of the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean, and even the MDR, especially the very western portions of the MDR, show sea surface temperatures of 26 degrees Celsius and higher. And tropical cyclones typically need 26 degrees Celsius degree water and higher, and warmer, I should say, to sustain themselves and be able to form substantially. Now, of course, you can see there's as well 26, 27, 28 above degrees Celsius water there in south of Africa there, and near the MDR as well. Now, this whole area in the MDR is still quite warm, 20 to 24 degrees Celsius. 25 degrees Celsius, and these regions will all continue to warm, of course, moving forward into May, June, all of hurricane season, especially moving towards the peak of the hurricane season. Now, I want to bring this up to you guys because, as you just saw, the region in the Eastern Caribbean around the Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, and Hispaniola, we're showing the CFS model is currently showing potentially above average precipitation in that region. So, if we do end up getting that above average precipitation in that region with the very warm, or at least just substantial enough sea surface temperatures in that area, that could just be enough as of right now to be, and of course this likely will be a good bit warmer by that point in May, by the time we get into May. But if that above average precipitation still holds and still occurs in that time frame, we could definitely see, well, I don't want to see definitely now, but, we could see potential tropical cyclone formation in that area. Now, as well, you saw there's potentially below average precipitation around the southeast coast of Florida, the western central Caribbean, the Gulf, subtropics region, So, of course, this will change. This will obviously change a ton. And obviously, we could also have to eye those areas as well. Now, in fact, I want to go back to tropical tidbits, and not that this is important per se now or current now, but I do want to show you that in previous runs of the GFS model, not the current run, I believe. Let me just check real quick for you guys, just so we're on the main page. But what I'm hinting at, what I'm talking about currently is that recently the GFS model has been showing signs of potentially going towards next Monday. This is a week from now, so obviously things will still change a lot. But going in towards next Monday and into the early part of the week, it was previously showing that potentially maybe a tropical or subtropical system potentially will form off the southeast coast. Now, obviously, this run is not showing it, but if we take it back to, let's say, 12Z yesterday, I believe this was the case, that it was showing. Yeah, here we go. This is actually the perfect run to show it. It was showing it. So just like pretty much this time yesterday, it was showing a pretty large, in fact, tropical, at least a potential tropical or subtropical cyclone with a very large precip field. And it shows it getting decently strong there. You can see 990s, get into the upper 980s, in fact, and then moving out to sea. But yeah, I mean, the GFS model definitely was hinting at that, coming from the Gulf of Mexico, moving east across Florida, and then forming off the southeast coast, and then moving out to sea. Very, very interesting. Now, I do want to show you what the European model is showing currently. Off of pivotalweather.com. This is another great website for anyone who is still looking for good websites to use for looking at weather models. This is another great website to use, pivotalweather.com. Just so anyone at all, if anyone is still looking. Now, here's what the European model is showing, and let's move this out to around next Monday. This is getting towards this weekend, and into now early part of next week. The model is definitely backed off a ton at this point, especially with showing that potential system. Now, if we change this run to, let's just say, let's say 12Z yesterday. Why not? Just to give the same time as what I showed you with the GFS model. So let's move this forward. And we move this towards this end of this week and into this weekend. And the European model was kind of hinting at something. Not definitely nowhere near as strong as what the GFS model was showing at this point yesterday, but you can see 1,006, 1,007 millibar potential system. But again, there was like some signs already that the models potentially are picking up on potential already of a potential tropical or subtropical cyclones forming in the Atlantic near the U.S. and moving out to sea. So definitely, as we want to keep in mind moving forward over the next few weeks, definitely looking at that, continuing looking at that, but especially next month in May, that'll be very, very interesting to see if the CFS model at this point is correct and still shows that, and potentially any kind of tropical or subtropical systems do form in the Atlantic, anywhere in the Atlantic, but potentially as of right now, the hotspot, the potential hotspot for that could be in the Eastern Caribbean around Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and the Leeward Islands. So that is definitely very interesting, very, very interesting. So again, this is very interesting stuff already. We're already seeing signs of potential tropical cyclone genesis in the Atlantic for this year's hurricane season. Obviously, I definitely think what I think is that we definitely will have to wait till next month in May, or at least the very end of April into the very beginning of May at the earliest, for the potential of seeing actual tropical cyclone genesis in the Atlantic. But definitely May, once we get into May, definitely we want to really keep a lookout in the Atlantic for potential tropical cyclone genesis. And as a reminder as well, the National Hurricane Center will start issuing their normal tropical weather outlooks for the Atlantic for the hurricane season starting May 15th. This is the first hurricane season where they've started doing that. It originally was June 1st, and alongside the what is still the beginning of the Atlantic hurricane season. The Atlantic hurricane season still starts on June 1st this year, but because of all the preseason systems that have formed over the past 6 years or so, they have thought it wise to move up when they start issuing their normal tropical weather outlooks to May 15th. So around May 15th, mid-May, we'll start seeing the National Hurricane Center start potentially issuing tropical cyclone advisories on any tropical cyclone that forms. So it's very, very interesting, and maybe if we get, again, this year, next year, if we continue to get a good amount of years moving forward of preseason systems forming in May or even earlier, potentially, who knows, they might, in fact, move the hurricane season, honestly, to May 15th as well. So that'll be all very, very interesting stuff to continue to look at and be aware of as we move forward. And as a reminder, on Thursday, I will be releasing my discussion for Colorado State University's first official forecast for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season. That'll be very fun. I'm very excited to make that video for you guys. So definitely make sure you have those notification settings on for my channel. If you're already subscribed, please consider subscribing down below. Please consider liking the video down below. I want to get this video out to as many people as possible, to alert as many people as possible so they're aware. And as well, go down in the comment section. Let's have a live and but yet respectful conversation down in the comment section on what y'all think on what this potentially shows, what any significance this has. Let's have again a respectful and as well lively conversation down there in the comment section. And again, as well, consider liking the video down below, subscribing to my channel. Make sure those notification settings are on for my channel if you're already subscribed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.